Good morning, watch nerds. I recently produced a video detailing my dive watch collection, which appeared to be quite popular, well, for my videos anyway, so I thought I'd do one on sports watches. Firstly though, we need to determine what defines a sports watch, because that's far from clear cut. Now in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, it's not a field or a pilot watch, and ideally it should be larger than 36mm. It should have a degree of water resistance and a respectable lume. Now where it becomes difficult is separating a dressy sports watch from a sporty dress watch. Of course, this is quite subjective, and in the grand scheme of things, it's quite unimportant. Now after a quick count up, I reckon I own 10, and that's if you include my quartz beta watch. In actual fact, if you include my Yema rallygraph, it would be 11, but for the sake of simplicity, I won't show you that one today. So I'm going to take you through each one quickly and put up on the screen some basic information, just in case you want to track one down. So in no particular order, up first is this rather lovely Christopher Wal C63 GMT on this very nice tied strap. Like all Christopher Wal watches, it's beautifully made and it's got a Swiss movement as well as being made in Switzerland. It's one of 4 Christopher Wal watches I own, and at present it's probably my favourite. Second up is another GMT sports watch. Now this one won my favourite purchase of 2023, and it's the Martin Greenwich GMT. I just love the oversized indices on this black waffle dial, which actually looks blue in certain lights. It's the only watch I wear on a rubber strap, but I think it suits the watch so well. Now Martin is a Swedish brand, owned by 2 Dutch guys, but like the Christopher Wal I just showed you, it's got a Swiss movement and it's made in Switzerland. This is the last of my GMT sports watches, but this has got a quartz movement in it. It's the Rotary Henley, and although I refer to it as a beta watch, it doesn't actually get worn that much. You see, I wear it as and when I fancy wearing it, rather than on a rota basis. Now you can pick one of these up for a song, and they're pretty well spec'd. You get a sapphire crystal, 100 metres of water resistance, and surprisingly a very good lume. Now it came on an oyster bracelet which had polished centre links, but I picked up this cheap engineer bracelet, which apart from having a pressed clasp, is pretty good, and I think it suits the watch really well. This is a Martin SN0 131G, which is another watch I purchased in 2023. When I reviewed this watch, I described it as being ridiculously good, because frankly it is, especially as one of these purchased new is only going to cost you about $250. Now I've got 3 San Martin watches, and I would class them all as being unique design, although certain aspects of each watch does pay a little bit of a tribute to something else. Now the quality and specification of each watch is absolutely excellent, so you may want to consider watching the full review of it. I'm still not sure though if this is an out and out sports watch, or it could be a field watch. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I bought this Ecco Neutra Arro a few years ago. Now Ecco Neutra are an Italian microbrand, but the watches again are made in Switzerland and they've all got Swiss movements. Now originally came on a branded NATO strap, which I didn't even bother to use. I later ordered a bracelet for it, but ended up settling for this rather nice seatbelt canvas strap, which I consider suits the watch very well. Now I've been considering selling it for a while, so if you're interested, drop me a line. Here is another recent purchase. A watch you may love because of its originality, or one that may make you feel just a little bit vomity. As yet, I haven't completely made up my mind. The fact is though, that this watch is very well made, and it's certainly not a toy. I don't normally like butterfly clasps, but the one on this is very well made, and it includes a 1/2 and a 1/4 link. I decided I wanted an off-the-wall watch in my collection, and they all either appeared to be very expensive or just rubbish. This is neither. In fact, I picked this good used one up for about £170. I forgot to mention, it's the Unison Orbital. Unison is a microband, and it comes out of Canada. Now I'm going to contradict myself. In the introduction I suggested a sports watch should be more than 36mm, but here's my Tudor Black Bay 36, which strangely enough has got a case size of 36mm. That said, it does wear a little bit larger. This is one of my 2 luxury branded watches, the other being my Rolex OP. It's got a top grade eter-oscillator movement in it, which Tudor market as the T600. But other than that, it probably isn't much better than the San Martin Homage. It may be that some people get offended by that comment, but I believe it's true. That isn't to say this isn't an excellent watch though. Here is a watch that may be my longest standing. It's the Relo Solstice. It's the only red dial watch now in my collection. It's gorgeous. Now Relo are a USA based microband, and this is such a well made piece of kit. I particularly like the cut-out sections on the side that happen to be bead blasted, and this H-link bracelet is just so comfortable. My next 2 and final watches are the most dressy of my sports watches, well I think so anyway. Here is my second-hand Mandela, a watch I adore. Now this has got the salmon dial, although other colours are available. Now the bracelet on this watch is quite unique, and the entire watch has got some scratch-proof coating. Second Hour, an Australian-based brand, and their watches really are made to an incredible standard. Finally is my Atticus Meteora, a watch I can't imagine ever selling, but who knows. Atticus are a sister company to NTH, and it goes without saying their watches are of great quality. It's hard to see on my cheap filming equipment, but it's got a lovely silver linen dial, and it just looks incredible in the flesh. Now these don't cost the earth, but at full price they aren't fantastically cheap either. I picked this mint condition used one up for about half the price of a new one. Buyer beware though, microbands really make good investments. So in summary, I think sports watches are probably my favourite type of watch. They sit somewhere between dive watches and dress watches, and they're probably the most versatile of all timepieces. Now I'd love to know which ones you like most, and I'd also like to know if there's something that I should consider for future purchase. Now that brings me to the end of this review, so if you've enjoyed it, please click on the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave your comments below, and enjoy the rest of your day.